Madden NFL 24, and we'll...
It's been a tradition since the early days of the NFL, and we're off on Thanksgiving Day in Detroit. Unable to corral him, he fights through. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure, and he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's second down. A check-in on the numbers last week for Robinson. Well into the triple digits, and they'll take that every time out.
What I loved was just how decisive he was running the football. Coaches like guys that go north and south. They don't like the east-west guys, the juking and the jiving. 1 foot in the ground and cut.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. Stroud out of the gun here. Has it complete to Jackson Smith and Jigba. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. The Texans at 6-4 now on the year. And they've certainly found their groove of late. Winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
On first down, here's Stroud. He finds Smith and Jigba. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. You talk about this Lions defense. They come in a top 10 unit against the pass, currently 8th in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
Well, this defense for the Lions, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
There's a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive. Stroud looking to throw. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. From the 20, here's second down and 5. Hand off now to Robinson. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, are going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. They'll try and run forward with Connor. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
So the completion good for 7 there, and that will bring up second down. Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his 3rd completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And the top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc.
Stroud now on 3rd and 2. Touchdown, Texans! Jackson Smith and Jigba. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games, and another good start to this one, out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that one, a 13-play drive in total.
And it was capped off by a Jackson Smith and Jigba touchdown catch. Peoples-Jones going to elect not to run this out, and they'll begin at the 25.
So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their quarterback, the guy out of California, the former Cal Bear, Jared Goff. On first down, Goff.
I tell you what, when he's on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one is capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. As they've got it as we resume action. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
You know, thinking of this Thanksgiving Day game, Charles, for years we've heard the talk, why don't we open up these Thanksgiving Day games instead of just being Detroit and Dallas every year, give other teams a shot to host? I know you're kind of like me, a bit of a traditionalist, but what do you have to say to that, CD?
I think it's a great argument, and the league could support it quite well, where you could move games to different spots and still be very successful on Thanksgiving Day. But you're exactly right. I am a traditionalist. I really don't want Detroit and Dallas to give up those slots. I like the fact that we watch them each and every year. But what I really like is that the league added a third game in 2006. And usually it's division rivals, but that's the third one of the day, and it caps off a great day of football.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, it's Connor. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8.
That was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league and converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards for number 11. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Smith and Jigba with the grab.
And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Now Stroud.
And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th, and the Lions will take over.
Drive starts with a run from Gibbs.
Shifts past him at the 45.
Hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Goff on first down.
A little short pass here taken in by Laporta.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be second down. Here's Goff.
Throw over the middle. He finds Williams.
And some room to work. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
Now they'll run it with Gibbs.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Behind the chains, 2nd and 13.
Now Goff.
Throws out left. It's caught by Williams.
And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10.
Here is 3rd and 5.
Out of the gun, Goff.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Well, that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6.
Folks, kick is good.
And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Houston set to take over. And you know, there's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
He's got his man. It's the tight end, Brevin Jordan.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Taking a shot for Dell here.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Benjamin St. Juice, and the Lions are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
And with a little under a minute remaining, we'll see if they want to try to put a drive together, possibly even take the lead here with a touchdown.
But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Goff now to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Again, Goff.
That's into the hands of Parkinson, the tight end.
The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Goff now looks to throw.
Going underneath, Gibbs has it.
The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. From the 50, it's Goff.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Gone.
And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
And Folk's kick is good.
And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we're at halftime here in the annual Thanksgiving game in Detroit, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and a happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there as we look ahead to 2 more games later today and then a full slate coming up this weekend. In the early window, we'll have our eye on that game in Jacksonville. The Jaguars going to need to be on their A game as they'll have to contend with the New England Patriots. More good stuff later in the afternoon, one being down in the desert, where it'll be the Cardinals at home in Glendale taking on the Green Bay Packers. And one final game to highlight. It's Monday Night Football, and they've got a good one this week between the Minnesota Vikings and the Seattle Seahawks. This one's been all you could hope for as an NFL fan. Just a 1-point game here at halftime. This has been as much fun as you could hope. Final adjustments being made in both locker rooms. They are just about set to get back to football in Detroit. And for the call of the second half, we'll kick it back up to Ford Field and Brandon Gott.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Peoples-Jones going to elect not to run this out, and they'll begin at the 25.
The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, a first down. Here's Goff.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
Throwing on third. Goff. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Malik Collins in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away.
Taking it about the 16. 43 yards on the punt. 7-yard return, and the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. So here are the Texans to take over. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive, and also give him a 1st down.
Stroud working out of the gun. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Inside the 10.
And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is shoving onto the field as he'll go for 2. They'll try and run it here. And he will dive into the end zone, and a 2-point conversion is successful. And there's a quick momentum swing. INT return for a pick 6, and then the 2-point conversion good.
And even if you're keeping your wits about you, you're thinking to yourself, okay, extra point block team going into the game now. All of a sudden you're hearing defense. Everyone's scrambling for their helmets and throwing down their cups of water. That's a great position for them to be in, trying to score against that team. A little bit disjointed.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They begin on the ground here with Connor. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. Really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Broke a tackle, but not much room there. Just up past the 25, no further. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Stroud on 3rd down now. He finds Smith and Jigba.
And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Stroud now on 4th down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they get it rather easily there. A gain of 9 on 4th and 3. Stroud out of the gun here. Taking a shot for Dell here.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Give him 32 on the play. They run behind center with Connor.
And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. 61 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
They'll stay on the ground with Connor again. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Flush to his... And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown.
C.J. Stroud
with his 19th touchdown, his 2nd of the game.
And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this ball game here in the final moments of the 3rd quarter.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
Peoples-Jones going to elect not to run this out, and they'll begin at the 25.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the 2nd half. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Back now at Ford Field. All square, 14 apiece to score as we get ready for the fourth quarter. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Here's Goff.
Really good coverage all over the field. They took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
Goff now looking to throw. Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on here to punt it away. This is brought in at the 21. A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And the Texans will take over. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. And this is going to be intercepted. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Nick Folk for the point after. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Houston's offense taking over again. And can they regroup? That's the question. The pick six hurt, no doubt, but this is still a one-score game here in the fourth. Stroud coming right back after the pick six. And he rifles one incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. Stroud to throw it. Taking a shot for Dell here. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Trying to get a big strike right there and hopefully tie this game up in the late going. But the coverage was there, and this winds up incomplete.
4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Stroud. Eluding the pressure right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Benjamin St. Juste. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. 1st and 10 in the red zone. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Another run for Gibbs here. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5, about the 4. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation. Now Goff. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Folks, kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
So Stroud and the Texans down 24-14. A little under 2.5 to go. Their 5-game winning streak hanging in the balance here. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now. Stroud. He's going to take another shot here. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
And Stroud now to throw. They'll roll him out right. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Benjamin St-Juste. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. Gibbs straight ahead. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Here comes 3rd down and 7. Goff. That is caught. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. On the give, here's Gibbs. And he takes this one in for the Lions touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game. Extra point up and good by Folk. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. And now out comes Houston. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
80 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Mills now. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, these guys are not going to go out with their tails between their legs. They're going to keep taking their shots until the clock's at 000. But that one, like a lot of others, winds up incomplete.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing to the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. Well, we
just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete.
From the gun, Gibbs will get it.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that